Laurel. Oh, Mr. Tetro, I just wanted to say thanks.
Wait,
for...
kid, listen.
Laurel.
Was everybody saying they hear Yanni?
Yeah.
Laurel?
Yep.
No, it's Ronald.
Laurel.
Well, I hear Yanni every time.
No, they're saying Ronald.
Yeah, crazy. Jesus. So anyways, the comedy show went really, really good, and I'm excited because you already approved the charity comedy show.
What, charity? Huh?
Yeah, we're doing another comedy show, and we're giving all the money to...
To investors?
No.
To China?
No.
You're in trouble with the mob again.
Oh my gosh. No, of course not. We're giving all the money to a rescue ranch. They help animals in need.
That's a terrible idea. And to be clear, you don't get this money back?
No.
And why are you doing this?
Well, because it's nice and we get to help out.
Like I said, terrible idea. Terrible. Ugh.
Wait, Mr. Tetro, can we do the show? Mr. Tetro, where are you going?
Laurel.
Hey, buddy.
Laurel.
Hey, how you doing?
Just the guy I wanted to see. Bet on Burly Turk. For your horse race?
Huh?
Burly Turk. Everyone's gonna tell you Seabiscuit, but they don't know what they're talking about.
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
Against the spread, I'll give you a dime for double action.
What?
June 1st, Wild Horse Rescue Ranch. It's better to give.
Oh, that's the charity comedy show. It's a fundraiser for charity. Wild Horse Rescue Ranch? It's not a horse race.
But we can still bet on them, right?
I don't think so, but you can give them money for charity.
Get over here!
Oh yeah, I'll be right there. Later, buddy. Okay, let's take that cry one more time.
I didn't cry yet.
Wait, take it again. Ooh, my God. Look at all of your beautiful faces. This is great. This is awesome. We can't get the Facebook to work, but go to creativetucson.org. Yeah, creativetucson.org and share that live stream, and that'll be similar to that. We are live there on creativetucson.org, and we are live on channel 20 right now. So that's great, okay? Thank you all for being here. We're all here, of course, to raise money for Wild Hearts Rescue Ranch. Yes, some of you didn't know that, apparently. Wild Hearts Rescue Ranch is a horse ranch that helps horses in trouble. At least that's what I've been telling people. At least it could be heart surgery. I don't know. I don't think it is. My name is Rich. I'm going to be your host tonight. You don't have to clap for that if you don't want to. That's cool. I bought a lottery ticket, but I don't have cable. So I don't know if I won the lottery. My numbers were 420, 666, 69, 69. Please let me know if I won. I don't know if I won. My buddy asked me, he said, hey, do you ever think that you've ever swallowed spiders when you were sleeping? And I said, I don't know, dude, but I can tell you that I've never had ants in my pants. I can tell you that right now. Mm-hmm. When I was younger, I was really afraid of getting cancer But now that I'm older, I realize that my family's the cancer. You guys, I'm in for a hard battle. When I was younger, my grandpa always used to take me into a shed and we would like fix stuff, you know? But now that he's older, all he ever wants to do is shit his pants. You guys did not like that one. What, your grandpa doesn't shit his pants? I read an article about how in 50 years' time, there's gonna be more plastic in the ocean than there are fish. That's right. It's very sad. But you guys, this is America. We could do that in 5 years, right? Let's all get a Dasani in a plastic bag after the show. What I'm saying is, if you think you can make a difference, you can't. We're all fucked together. I had a plastic water bottle, and I was hanging out with some people, and this girl was like, I refuse to buy plastic water bottles. I refuse to buy plastic water bottles. And I was like, oh, okay. And it kind of felt like an attack on me, you know? And she was like, this water bottle cost me $40 and I refill it. I'm like, well, this cost me 89 cents. And like, if I lose it, I'm not out $40. She's like, I'm part of the solution. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm part of the final solution. That's what I told her. I got it. All right, that's my time. I can't remember any of my jokes now. I read another article. It was about support animals, all right? Support animals. There's probably a support animal in here right now, you know? I don't see. Maybe not. I could be wrong. And this lady, she brought her support animal to get on a plane, all right? And the flight attendant goes, "We're not flying with that hamster, ma'am." It was a hamster. It was a support hamster, all right? So the lady had a couple options. What she could do was she could take her hamster and she could let it go in the airport, okay? She could reschedule her flight and stick by her support hamster. But no, what the lady did was she took her support hamster, put it in the toilet, and then she flushed her support hamster down the toilet. And if you flush your support hamster, that was never your support animal. Never. That's just how I feel about it, all right? I call bullshit on that lady. You guys go to college? Yeah, college? U of A? Anyone? Don't hit the teleprompter, sir. It's fine. We shouldn't have put it there anyways. Anybody here go to Brown Mackey College? Brown Mackey College? Anyone? No? I don't know. Anyone? Did you know that Brown Mackey College is 3 times more expensive than a traditional university? That's crazy, right? That means if you're a senior in high school, you go to the U of A. Or for 3 times more, you go to Brown Mackey College. Brown Mackey College. That's like the registered sex offender of higher education. It's like putting herpes on your resume. Yep, I got it. Brown Mackey College. I'm trying to do smarter things. Like, do you guys know that Noam Chomsky is an adjunct professor here at the U of A? You guys know Noam Chomsky? He lives in Tucson. That's crazy. He was giving a speech at a library, and I wanted to go to it. I even put interested on Facebook so I wouldn't forget. But I had something else that came up, and I couldn't go. And in hindsight, I was like, oh, it's probably a good thing that I didn't go to the Noam Chomsky talk, you know, because people would be like, oh, why did you go to that? And I'd be like, Noam Chomsky. What were your major takeaways from his sentiments? I saw Noam Chomsky on Facebook, and then on Netflix. You guys seem warmed up now. You guys, do you remember when Pluto was a planet? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Pluto used to be a planet, you know? And then it wasn't a planet anymore, you know how they say men are from Mars and women are from Venus? Transgender people must be from Pluto, right? Yeah. Is it a planet? Is it not a planet? It's like all during elementary school, it's like, yeah, it's definitely a planet. But sometime during college, it's like, no, it's not a planet anymore. You know what? Good for you, Pluto. Good for you. My name is Rich Garrett. I would be hosting this show for some of it. You guys have been a lovely audience so far. Thank you for bearing with us. And thank you for being here. Thank you for donating. Give yourselves a hand for that. All right. Without further ado, I'm going to bring up your first stand-up comedian of the night. This guy is very funny. He runs a show at Borderlands Brewery monthly called Brouhaha. Give it up for Rory Monserat, everyone.
Yeah. Wow. That's a quadruple wow. You guys just got the first quadruple wow in Rory history. You're special. That's very special. I don't just say every audience is special, mainly because I forget to tell them. Been forgetting a lot of things lately. That's okay. Hey, happy Horse Day. You guys, did you know it's Horse Day? Did you know that's a thing? It is. I just decided earlier today when I was like, what the fuck am I going to say at the show for horses? I don't know anything about horses except they deserve a day. And I'm glad you're here to give them that day. And also, I feel like we should just pay them some respect because they're big and terrifying. And in the future, they may become more intelligent through sheer physical might, take over humanity. And I just want our equine overlords to, when they view the backlog of internet comedy about horses, I was your man. Whichever one. Is that it? What do you think their thing, the... It's like a hoof? I'm on your team. Horses or whatever. I don't know. Okay, good. That's fine. I didn't write notes. I just wrote, "You're doing great, buddy." I was hoping to go to that a lot later, but the horse thing just threw me off. It threw me right off. You guys ever wish you had longer arms so you could give yourself better hugs? That's where I'm at in life. You just said, no, definitely not. No, I'm fine. I get enough affection. I am just like a whole person that everybody likes. All right. Not talking to that guy anymore. That's good. Jeez Louise. I just found out that I'm the age now where I can get a hangover if I have just 3 ice cream sandwiches after dinner. That's all it takes. I don't even drink. Yeah, cool. You made it. You made it all the way to pre-middle age. I don't know. What do you call that? It's called sad. That's what it's called. Okay, good. I don't drink at all anymore, but I need you guys to know I still party. I party. This guy last weekend made his own hummus. That's a party food. You guys want to come over? Please come over. Do you guys want to hang out? Hang on. I wasn't drunk, so when I realized I didn't have any tahini, I made my own tahini too. Yeah, all right. Less applause for tahini every time. Yeah, I can tell you guys haven't made your own tahini. It's hard. I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote this. It's good. Then I finished making the hummus. I had all this energy, and I was like, oh man, these plants are getting out of hand. I better build a shelf for them. That's not a thing that happens to fun people. I don't know if you guys have plants or fun, but they don't. All right. So I need help with that. I was at work. And I was like, oh shit, it's 3:30, and my coworker was like, what's wrong? And I was like, nothing, it's tea time, motherfucker. Another thing that fun people don't do. They don't say it's tea time. I might be the only person, the only human being that's ever said, tea time, motherfucker. Don't. Oh boy, it's good. That's great. I do party though. I tried Coke. Tried it once. I woke myself up the other night remembering the embarrassing situation when my friend convinced me to try it. He was like, Rory, it's like a really good cup of coffee. And this square's first response was, you should drink better coffee. You never got a sweet post-nasal drip from your coffee? Don't snort your coffee. It's not as good as you think. It will be. All right, that's fine. This is it. This is my favorite thing in the whole world. I love it more than anything. I love this even more than sex, which is ridiculous. Look at me. I'm great at sex. Well, I'm glad that you guys were clapping before I got to the punchline. I'm great at sex is supposed to be the funny part, and then I say, that's not even a joke, why are you laughing? I didn't mean to write a joke when I said that, but I said it to somebody I actually have sex with, and she laughed right into my face also. So, you know what? You guys have the same sense of humor. I don't know what you guys are doing later. Maybe fucking. We'll see. Don't tell her I said that. I love her so much. I even love the way she smells, which makes sense. Everybody loves the smell of their partner. I texted her to tell her, my room smells better when you've been here. And she texted back right away and said, yeah, I farted a lot. So that's what I'm into now, guys. I'm into farts. Try it out. Do it. It could be your kink. You don't even know. If you're with your partner and they didn't laugh, I helped your relationship. I exposed their kink. I Dan Savaged your... I even like the way she snores, which makes sense when it's cute and gentle, the way she looks when she's sleeping. But sometimes it sounds like the Hulk fucked a dump truck and then like had a baby with sleep apnea. And then she swallowed the baby and it lives inside of her like Jonah in the whale. She's not a whale. I didn't mean to, don't tell her I said that either. It's biblical times, pre-CPAP. Do you get it? The joke's over. Let's move on. She caught me right, like 3 weeks into our relationship, she sent me flowers at my work. This man in front of you received a dozen roses. My coworker was like, oh, so you're gonna wear sexy lingerie for her? Is that how that works? I was like, no, she already told me to stop wearing her underwear. I was like, you're right, I stretched those out. Sorry, your butt's little. The only part of that joke that's not true, she hasn't found out yet. It's another relationship tip, dudes. Try it out. It's a win-win. She feels sexy like she's losing weight, and then you feel sexy because you're wearing her underwear, duh. I don't know if that's obvious. It should be. Thank you. I love that laugh. That made me feel like it's a better joke than I think it is. It's okay. We can talk about her. She's not here. She doesn't like comedy. Or comedians, that's what it was. She said she doesn't like comedians. I mean, I think that's what she meant when she said she doesn't like me. I don't know. It's not sad, don't worry. She just doesn't know my jokes or my material or my name. I made her up. It's all sad. So this says, you're doing great, buddy. Do you guys remember that joke? All right, good. I'm really excited. I just got HBO. So I'm like catching up on the DC superhero movies, and I watched Wonder Woman. And I want you guys to know that I loved it so much. I thought, I want to be Wonder Woman. Like, I just wanted to be Wonder Woman. And I was like, Rory, that sounds weird. You just want to be a woman because of comic book movies? And I was like, that's offensive. I'm sorry, that comes from a place of privilege. That's like the most offensive thing I've said about a movie since I saw Black Panther. End of joke. I'm Rory Monserat, you guys. Good night.
Rory Monserat, everyone. There he goes. I have a quick announcement for Meredith and Levi. Do you see these tapes? These are the focus tapes, so let's try to stay inside of the tape. I couldn't remember one name, so, there it is. Nope. There it is. Okay. You guys, this next guy, very, very funny comedian, has been doing comedy for a pretty good amount of time, and you'll be able to tell. Make some noise right now for Ali Musa.
In there pretty good. Seriously? Shit. All right. Is this even a microphone or one of those vaporizers that people smoke out of? Like, yeah. Hell yeah. You guys having fun so far? So I'm on stage, AKA Painter's Tape. This is cool. I dig it. So you guys feel like talking about drugs? 3 of you? Fucking A. Let's do this. You know, do you guys remember that anti-drug program like in schools called DARE? 4 of you? Yeah, it didn't fucking work, did it? Like, how high are most of the people here right now? It just dared us to get higher is all it did, shit. But they used to have these commercials that came on in the 80s and 90s, and it would like show like this creepy thing where like a dude's about to like overdose or like jogging in slow motion, and you'd hear him narrating over it, and he'd say, "I want to be a junkie when I grow up." That was like their main slogan, "I want to be a junkie when I grow up." So like first day in school in 7th grade, my teacher's going around the class and she's asking all the students what we want to be when we grow up. Everyone's giving serious answers until they got to my friend Chad, and trying to be funny, he just says, "I want to be a junkie when I grow up." So she kicks him out of class, like she yells at me for laughing. Here's the reason I'm telling you this right now. I know Chad to this day, for real. He's 31 years old and he's a fucking junkie now. Like he did it, like I respect that. Everyone else was giving all these unrealistic answers. Like this chick named Karen said she was gonna be a scientist. That bitch manages a CVS now. Like, not Chad. Chad's living the dream. True story, I've been telling that joke just for a few weeks, and I haven't talked to Chad in 10 years. He added me on Facebook. He knows I'm talking shit about him. I've been sleeping with a gun under my pillow. I'm like, I don't know what the hell he's capable of. You know, just got out of a relationship. My girlfriend's a really funny person, though, because she likes pranking her parents all the time. Like, one time she just text messaged to her dad the lyrics to Coolio's Gangster's Paradise with no explanation. So imagine her dad just sitting there, gets a text from his only daughter, "As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death." He responds back with, "Huh? What are you talking about?" She responds with, "I take a look at my life and realize that nothing's left." He's like, "What? Are you okay? I'm calling you. Answer me, Brienne." She responds with, "Because I've been blasting and laughing so long." He's like, "What? Are you on drugs? You're scaring me. Answer the phone." Because even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. It's like, "No, she doesn't. Your mother loves you very much. Please call me." "Because I've never crossed a man who didn't deserve it." "What man? Are you talking about that asshole Ali? I told you to dump that air, motherfucker." And then she dumped me, so. I don't know. She was cool, though. She's like an Instagram model with like 155,000 followers. So she gets like a ton of attention from creepy dudes. And she actually started getting attention from like U of A basketball players. And at first I was kind of mad and upset, but then I realized these dudes are going to be in the NBA. That makes me cool as fuck, doesn't it? Like. So like we went to the game one night, and this one dude made a top 5 play in Sports Center. He steals the ball, he breaks away, and he does this flying reverse windmill dunk. And there's a super athletic black dude who's flying through the air. All I could help but think was, do you know how much better he could fuck my girlfriend than I can? Like I can barely touch the bottom of the net when I jump my highest. Like if him dunking in that fashion is equivalent to his dick game, then my dick game is like dribbling the ball out of bounds and apologizing afterwards. Like, fucking amazing. I don't know, you guys are cool though. Any cat lovers in the crowd? Yeah, did you just meow? So this is a true story. I used to have this kitten, I still have the cat, but when she was only a few months old, there was things that she would do that were just fucking crazy. Like one day I'm walking out of bed and I have a morning wood, I'm just stretching, I'm seriously just going to the kitchen, she attacks my boner. And she literally hung on to it for a second, and it reminded me of like those motivational posters that say hang in there. I don't think they would post mine like that, hanging on to my boner. I don't know. My dad's an interesting dude. He's from Libya, and he works in Libya a majority of the year. But like he used to live in America, and he got like education here, but the more he stays over there, the more he forgets about like common sense and American culture. Like when he comes back, he drives like he's in Libya, which look on YouTube, they drive like fucking maniacs. Like, and I'll tell him like, "Dad, you just can't drive on the sidewalk in Alvernon. Like, it's not allowed here." You know, one day he was driving around like an idiot, and he cut off some lady, and this lady flipped him off like this. And I was like, "Dad, you need to take it easy. That lady just flipped you off." And he goes, "What flipped me off? What, am I, a light switch?" I was like, "What?" And then we go to Quick Trip, and you know the way people leave their car started outside, and they'll run inside real quick? It like confused him. He saw the car started with no one in it. Wait, what is that? Is there a ghost driving that car? It's like, "No, it's that dude buying cigarettes." He's like, "Wait, what? You can do that?" Like, yeah, it's not a big deal. So we're driving later on. He's driving. I'm in the passenger seat. We get to a red light. Eventually, it turns green, and we're not going forward. And I'm like, "Dad, go." "Dad, what the fuck? Go. It's green. What are you doing? Go." I look, and he's already out of the car across the street buying a Sonoran dog. He's like, "Why are you mad? You said I could do that." You know, I love watching UFC with him. He like thinks it's the greatest thing, but he has like no comprehension to like how hard it is. He'll ask the silliest questions. He'll just look at me and be like, "Ali, what is he doing in there? Why doesn't he just kick him?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "If it was me, I would just kick him." Like, that's easier said than done. These are the highest level fighters in the world. He's like, ha, well, they've never been kicked by someone like me. And I'm like, what do I even say to something like that? And he's like, no, check this out. And he starts flexing his calf muscles. It's like, you know how strong I am? There's no way they could take my kicks. I'm like, Dad, that's John Jones. He's like the highest level fighter in the world. He could take 1,000 kicks from you. My dad's like, fine, then I would just shoot him. I'm pretty sure, maybe that's Libyan UFC, you just shoot the guy. Like, what the hell do I know? I don't know. I have a weird family. Like, I'm half Libyan, half white. So, like, honestly, like, my mom's side of the family, they're pretty white trash, I'm not gonna lie. Like we actually had this get together recently, and it was like a sad situation. It was the memorial of my cousin's passing. So we all went to the park and had a balloon release for him. Like, all get together, release balloons. Everything was fine until his dad's drunken hillbilly cousin, like his dad's drunken hillbilly brother named Willie, shows up hammered. Like, isn't Willie the most white trash name ever? Think about that. Like, and he lived up to it. Like, if white trash was a superpower, he'd be Thanos, basically. Like, you know, so he's making everyone uncomfortable. He's saying inappropriate shit. He falls down at one point. And then, like, when we're all getting our balloons together, we're like, we're gonna release this in a few minutes. He's so drunk, he just takes his balloon and lets go of it immediately. And just goes, oh, shit. Man, that balloon flew way faster than my ex-wife. And then he goes, no, I'm just kidding. I've never had a wife. And then he starts showing off his biker tattoos, and I swear he had this one tattoo I'd only seen in movies before, where they have like that naked chick with big tits, and they flex their muscle and the tits bounce. So he's walking around with a smile showing that off. And then later on he comes up to me and goes, you like that tattoo? Well, you want to see a really cool tattoo? Check this out. He lifts up his arm and shows me this old faded tattoo that's like decades old. And he's like, you like that? You know what that is? I'm trying to make it out. It looks like skulls and like a curtain. And I was like, nah, what is it? He's all, look closer. It's 3 skeletons ripping through a pussy. And then I didn't even say anything. He starts laughing like a maniac. He's like, it's like, thanks, Willie. Appreciate that. I don't know. I've lived in Tucson most of my life, and there's some cool things about Tucson, but like, do you guys like Mount Lemmon by any chance? No? Yeah, fuck Mount Lemmon, right? Seriously though, like, it's only Tucson nice. Like, it's overrated. Like, do some traveling, go back to Mount Lemmon. You'll see what I'm talking about. Like, I understood that when I went to Boulder, Colorado, and we went hiking through the Rocky Mountains, and it felt like a fucking Disney movie came to life. Like there was a bald eagle circling around above us. This deer that looked like Bambi was drinking from a stream, and I was like, wow, now this is nature. Come back to Tucson, go up to Mount Lemmon. I'm like, yeah, this is the same. Check that out. Like, it's a halfway burnt down tree with a dick carved in it. Yeah, someone left their bag of Filbertos next to that saguaro cactus. Oh, check it out. It's a halfway burnt down tree with 3 skeletons ripping through a pussy carved in it. This is fucking cool. Oh, you guys are cool. Do you guys think Arizona is a racist state? A bunch of you? Yeah. Well, take it from my perspective. As an Arab dude who's constantly mistaken for being Mexican, I'd say it's kind of fucking racist sometimes. You know, I deal with all kinds of shit. One time I was at the Cow Pony. I don't know if you guys go to that establishment. Well, yeah. Oh, exactly, because they love Arabs there, sir. Like, I'm totally welcome there. One day I was there and I was talking to this cute blonde chick. She just cuts me off mid-sentence and goes, what ethnicity are you? Like, what race? So I told her I'm Libyan. You know the country Libya in North Africa? And then she goes, oh, like Afghanistan? So I tell her, no, it's not like Afghanistan at all. And then she says, well, they're pretty much the same thing, right? And I'm thinking, well, considering they're in 2 different fucking continents, no? And then she says, well, it's okay, I could hardly even tell. Like, oh yeah, the one day leave my turban at home. Thanks for noticing, bitch. And then she literally tells me this. She goes, no, it's okay. As a matter of fact, I'd even feel comfortable getting onto a plane with you. So I stabbed her with a box cutter. Bitch had it coming. I don't know. Are you guys familiar with the Raven chat lines? Anybody? I'll explain to you guys. Before like internet got big and like online dating was a thing, there used to be these chat lines you could call up at any hour and like try to get laid, but it just turned into a bunch of drunk dudes fighting with each other. You know, dudes would always want to meet up and shit, and I used to give up like real cross streets to be like, meet me on 29th and Craycroft, you big bitch, I'm waiting, and then just never show up. It's pretty dangerous. I probably got someone shot doing that. Like, You know, I used to get in arguments with dudes and just like pretend to be Jesse the Body Ventura. I'd be like, you realize I was a U.S. Navy SEAL. When I ran for the governor of Minnesota, I learned a lot of things about politics in this country. You'd be like, damn, Holmes, I didn't even know that shit. But like, for some reason, there's a culture of people like living in the year 2000 because you can call them right now to this day and there's still people on there. So me and my other comedian friend named Glenn will go on there and just roast people for no reason. And like, he's this black dude from Compton, so like the way he roasts people is just like artistic beauty. Like, he'll say the stupidest shit just to piss people off. Like, there's dudes arguing, he'll just interrupt and be like, hey, why your head look like a Big Mac with a bite mark in it? And one time this dude's trying to like argue back with him. He's all, well, why your mama have Forrest Whitaker eye? He's like, well, why your mama have Forrest Whitaker neck? And one time he roasted this dude so hard, the dude just gave up. He just like stopped responding. And Glenn's like, I know you there, I can hear your perm. Hear your perm. Fucking incredible. I don't know, I try to go to the gym pretty often. One day I walked into the gym and I had to use the bathroom. And I walk right into the bathroom. First thing I noticed, for some reason, someone carved really big on the wall, I love cock. I don't think it's funny either. Like, I was honestly impressed that someone took the time to carve it all big out in the open. Like, they seriously meant that shit. Like, respect, you know? Well, I wanted to do the gym a favor and change it to something more appropriate, so I did. So I changed it from I love cock to I love to cook. It's easier than you think. You squeeze in like 2 after love, you change the second C to an O, boom, I love to cook. Come back the next day, and I noticed that someone changed it to I love to cook cock. The hell does that even mean, right? I'm stubborn, though. I couldn't let him win, so I changed it to I love to cook cookies. So yeah, take that, asshole. 2 weeks later, it said I love to cook cookies and cock. Like, this dude is relentless. So I'm trying to change it to something nicer again. The custodian walks in right behind me like, oh, you're the one who's been doing this shit. Now I'm banned from Choose Fitness. Like, I don't know. I've lived in a bunch of fucked up areas. Actually, like, I used to live in like a really cool area in Phoenix. I lived right next door to a sorority house. So yeah, it was turning me into a creepy fucking dude, I'm not gonna lie. You know you have issues when you check the mail 19 times a day, like, you know. So one time I saw this chick that was so hot that I had to text message my friend about her. Like, just like, dude, bro, you gotta check out this chick, she's smoking. He asked me what she looked like, and I couldn't really describe her. So I just told him, basically, bro, she's a 10. And he never responded. I was like, that's weird. Didn't think anything of it. Till I look at my phone, like an hour later, what I actually texted to him was basically, bro, she's 10. It's a good way to lose a friendship. We no longer talk to each other. I don't know. Comedy's cool, though. Sometimes, like, life will just give you a joke. You have to do, like, no thinking. I was at the swap meet one night, and I'm walking around. I see, like, this really, really large lady. I'm not making fun of her for being large, but she was wearing one of those shirts that say pink. You know that popular pink brand? Said it right across the chest. I swear to God, the bottom part of the P was squished right in between her boob and belly like this, so it looked like it said oink. I didn't write it, the swap meet did. Don't get offended with me, shit. You guys are a good crowd, though. I'll leave you with this. I've done a lot of shitty shows. One time I performed stand-up comedy through the Filiberto's drive-thru, so this is way better. One time I was in downtown Phoenix, and it was during WNBA All-Star Game weekend, and there's like flyers everywhere. I'm trying to do this joke about sports, no response, and it like required people to like agree with me. And I was like, who here likes sports? Nothing. And I was like, seriously, no one likes sports at all? Nothing. It's like, not fucking t-ball, anything, chess, like, come on. Work with me, people. Nothing. So I snapped, and I was like, yeah, fuck sports. Phoenix doesn't care about sports. That's why they're having the WNBA All-Star Game here. Yeah, have a sport no one cares about. In a city that doesn't care about sports, perfect logic. Swear to God, this is a true story. I had no idea there was a table filled with WNBA players in the back. Phoenix Mercury were there having drinks. So after my set, I'm walking by the bathrooms. I get blindsided and pulled into the women's bathroom, being surrounded by these giant Amazon WNBA players. One of them holds me up against the wall. She's all, oh, so you think you funny? Yeah, you guys have any idea how it feels to be terrified with a boner? Yeah, it brought a whole new meaning to being scared stiff, I'll tell you that right now. That is all my time, though. Thank you guys so much. My name is Ali Musa.
Ali Musa, everyone! I was on 4th Avenue today. These guys came up to me with yellow shirts and clipboards, and I was like, oh, I know what this is, you know. And they're like, hey, sir, are you a registered voter in Pima County? And I was like, yes. And they're like, sir, have you heard about Prop 961? And I was like, no. And they're like, it's the shark attack prop. It's the proposition in favor of shark attacks. I was like, well, I love shark attacks. And I signed. And then they ripped off their masks. They were sharks. They tried to attack me. I got away. It was crazy. Oh, man. Don't vote for Prop 961. I swear to God. You guys, I'm going to keep this show going. I'm going to bring you your next performer right now. Her name is Steena Salido. Make some noise for her right now.
I was watching. I already did my workout. I'm not going to waste it on a mic stand, you guys. Hello. I'm feeling good, though. You guys. You guys look like you're all doing real well here. But I just went to the doctor recently, and I have some good news, you guys. I am back to my high school height. So, you know, it's true. Things are really looking up. Me, I'm just looking up all the time. You guys, it's silly. No, but I just got a haircut recently. My hair used to be really long, now it's short. And at first I felt a little bit weird about it. I felt like puppy ears. But then I saw myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh, look at you. You're so cute. Look at you. And I'd get so excited, I'd look down and I'd pee everywhere. Oh, I'm too excited. It's bad. But I don't know, I have a lot of like bathtub problems because I am so hairy. Like my hair already grew back, and I just like I clog a lot of drains, is what I'm saying, right? So I'm making a lot of midnight trips to Walmart to pick up Drano, and these fine people at Walmart, they're so sweet, but they think I'm starting to make my own meth now, so. But they're the kindest, though. They have tips for me. You know, they're like, oh, no, girl, get the generic brand. It crystallizes faster, you know. Those rollback tips, you guys. Fine people there. They got my number for later, you know. Always get the contact. Always get the connect. Keep it. No, but I don't know. I felt like opening my drains opened up new opportunities for love, though, you guys. The other day, I followed a cockroach into the other room. I was so lonely. I'm like, hey, where are you going? Thought we were hanging out, you know. Man, they say cockroaches are supposed to like outlive a nuclear blast, right? Like they're gonna make it past all of us. I woke up the next day and this thing was belly up in my kitchen. I'm like, all right, you can't survive Steena for 8 hours. Alrighty, sorry about that. No, but I have been feeling a lot better this year, you guys. I've been working out, and I have some tips for you guys, some tips for your glutes, you know? And it's super fun exercise. You can do it all over town. All you have to do is drive without car insurance, right? You really tighten things up that way. You're just like, oh, Works as a Kegel, too, ladies. No, and you're seated, it's low impact, easy on the knees, you know, but always consult a doctor before you stop paying your bills. So just, you know, stay healthy, folks, stay healthy, always. But I don't know, I think it's gonna work out so well. My butt's gonna get real good, you guys. It's gonna get real good. It's gonna get like J-Lo level, right? J-Lo, you remember how she had butt insurance, right? Everyone's still gossiping about, like, But no, she had insurance. And much like J-Lo, I also call this the moneymaker, right? Moneymaker, because I discovered an app that'll calculate how much you get paid when you poop at work. So, you know, I went from pinching pennies to pinching loaves, right, guys? It's the Warren Buffett method, right? That's what he did. That's how he made all his money, right? So, I don't know, you guys. But, I don't like it when people are like, hey girl, shake what your mama gave you, right? Next time I get that, I'm gonna shake some roof tiles at them, you know, some shingles, because my mama put a roof over my head and she gave me a home, all right? You know, for mamas everywhere. So it goes out to mamas everywhere. I don't know, you guys. I had a psychological evaluation a few years ago, right? Who, me? What, her? Yes, me. And I remember reading the results afterwards. I wanted to know what's going on. And the doctor wrote, under current mental state, so my mental state that day of the appointment, he wrote, heavy-set Hispanic woman. And I was like, oh, well, he's not wrong. But, you know, I was a little bit disappointed, you know. I thought, well, finally, a white man that just gets what's going on up here. But I just wish he'd caught me on a more colorful day, you know, when my current mental state were something more like a little old Asian woman or like a big gay black man. You know, those official psychiatric conditions? Right? No. But I also discovered something about myself, though. I discovered that I cannot watch documentaries before bedtime anymore, or else I stay woke all night. You guys. So terrifying. It's so scary, you guys, the world. I don't know. I have been watching news, though. I've been watching news. Did you guys hear about this cow? This cow in Russia left the farm. Bessie got out, right? And she's out there living her best life. She's living with like a pack of bison, right? And these scientists, these dudes, of course, they're like, no, we gotta get her out of there. We gotta get her out of there because she's gonna cross-contaminate the species, right? It's like she's been out there for 6 months, dude, okay? She hasn't fucked any bison yet. I don't think she's about to, okay? All right, maybe she's not even bison curious, okay? Who knows? Maybe she considers herself more of a bull dyke, all right? So, there it is. Male scientists are just such bullies, right? Like, leave her alone. Oh, man. No, but, oh, no. I've been eating a lot of delivery lately, you guys. A lot of sandwiches. And I got myself... I think the deliveries in Tucson are the best. So when I got back here from living in a small town, I got 3 of my most favorite deliveries. I got some Jimmy John's, I got some weed, and then I got some sex, all delivered right to my front doorstep, right? 3 of my most favorite deliveries. And it was 3 deliveries, but 2 delivery men, right? You do the math, yeah. I fucked my sandwich, yeah. Right, boom. You know why? Because I crave it freaky fast. That's why, you guys. No, and these sandwiches, they're just wrapped so tightly that they slip right in and out and in and out again, which I know has you wondering, well, Steena, have you ever experimented with an In-N-Out hamburger? To which I'd have to reply like, guys, how would that even work? They don't deliver. So anyways, you guys, thank you so much for having me. My name is Steena.
Steena Salido, everyone. Make her noise for her as she goes away. For our online viewers, hey, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sticking around. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 3. This is a telethon, and if you'd like to donate, you can call the phone number 661-4522, area code 520-661-4522. Also, go to Facebook and search Wild Hearts Rescue Ranch, and you can check out that page. You could donate right there on the Facebook page. So don't forget, thank you online viewers for sticking around. You guys, we're gonna keep this show moving along. This is one of the producers of the show, helped me get everything together. Make some noise for Eden Nault right now.
Thank you so much for coming out, guys. My grandmother raised me. She was both my mother and my father, so she was transgender. Thank you so much. There's a gentleman who recently released his autobiography. He was born with 2 penises, and it's called Doubleheader. And I love the title of this book. Were I born with 2 vaginas, my book would be called maybe The Tale of 2 Clitties. Or Snatch 22. You know, then you can, instead of holding Caulfield, it'd be Grab 'em Caulfield, you know what I mean? Or The Bridge to Tara's Labia. That's another good one. Or Of Mice and Hymen. You can do this all day. There's all kinds of classic literature, man. Okay, here we are. We're doing stand-up. I've been doing a lot of what I call fetish window shopping, which is to say, like, I don't actually meet these people online. I just like to pick their brain about the weird kinks that they have. Like, I was on Tinder recently, and there was this girl that wanted me to come over and pretend that she was a cat, which I don't know what that means. You want me to bring a laser pointer over or fucking drown you in the tub? Like, at what point does this thing segue to the part where intercourse ensues? It's like, here, kitty, come on, take this fucking dick. What does that mean? I gotta fuck her under the tool shed? Every time she yawns, I shove my fingers in her mouth. You guys ever do that? You know, my ex-girlfriend was a jealous type. She used to get jealous of the relationship that I had with my cat. Why don't you ever choke me like that? She would always say, you know. Let's ease up off him. How about that? This is why I can't make any friends, man. It's difficult for me to make friends. It's difficult for me to keep roommates. It's fucking asshole shit. Like I had a friend, like his roommate, and we're not friends anymore. We were roommates. He had like a big ass brick iPod, like the old school ones, and it had 5,000 of his favorite songs, various artists and shit. And what I did is I looked at it and I wrote each individual name of the song and artist down on a piece of paper, and then I deleted all the music off it and I uploaded 5,000 copies of Korn's "Freak on a Leash." And then I looked at the list and renamed each individual song, one of the songs off the list. So now when he looks at it, it looks like it's gonna work like normal, but no matter what he tries to listen to, it's... I love that shit. Like, you ever premature ejaculate, Playboy? There's a way around it. If you even think about the guy from Korn doing that shit, it's impossible to come. You can even just listen to Korn if you want to. I'll let you borrow my iPod. I don't give a shit. I'm an asshole with roommates, dude. I actually did this one time to a roommate. I went into their personal bathroom, I unscrewed the shower head, and then I emptied a bunch of powdered ramen seasoning into it and then screwed it back on. And then he stank like ramen. It was actually an improvement. It was better. Can't make friends. You know what friend I always wanted to be in the friend group? I always wanted to be the Chewbacca of the friend group, because people always come up and say something to him and then he just shouts and they act like he said some shit. It's the best thing to watch. Like, hey, what's up, Chewbacca? Ah! This fucking guy, he's always on, man. I love this guy. There's this scene in Empire Strikes Back, fucking friendo Palrizian walks up and Han Solo and Chewbacca are standing next to each other. He says, how you doing, Chewie? You still hanging out with this loser? He's like, ah! I got friends that feel that way about me, man. I'd be an asshole, like, out in public and shit. You don't want to take me nowhere. Like, I was at the grocery store recently, and we were about to check out at the cash register, and the dude was just, like, leaning against the conveyor belt. And I was like, are you open? And he was like, nope. I'm just kidding. I'm what you call an equal opportunity offender. You know, I offend everyone. So I had to test that shit, that's for sure. So I went to the end of the conveyor belt and started packing the groceries up in a bag, and I was like, this is my impression of adult autism right here. And he's like, whoa, 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 easy. My son has autism. And I was like, I think it's great that you and your retarded son are qualified to do the same job. I think I found his weak point. Can't be doing nothing out in public and shit. I've been drinking so much, man. The other day, I drink so much. The other day, I accidentally showed a barista my ID. And alcohol affects everyone differently, man, because she's so wired and hungover, she started checking the shit. That was fun to watch. I gotta stop doing the other drugs, though. I can't even do psychedelics and have, like, a productive, fun time. The first time I did acid, I ended up getting hospitalized, which is about as fun as it sounded. I found a bolt on the ground, just stared at it for 45 minutes like, good God, there's medical equipment in this hospital that's missing parts, man. So here's what happened. Like, I don't even know how to explain exactly how I got, but I had this like huge cut on my finger, and I thought I had to get stitches, so I went down there. Turns out all they needed was like this medical grade glue, and to this day, this is probably the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So the guy's down there, and he opened it, I guess he like opened it wrong, because he was like, oh. And the guy was like, oh! And then he ran off. He runs back by, shrieking. He runs by, howling again. I'm like, buddy, where are you going? You are at the hospital. Take a seat, man. Someone will be right with you. Like, if you work at the hospital and you hurt yourself, do they make you go sit in the lobby with the riffraff or whatever, man? So I wake up the next morning, the nurse comes in, she's like, how you feeling? You feeling any better? I'm like, oh yeah, you know, this place is significantly less terrifying when it's daytime and you're not on LSD. And I swear to God, from across the hall in a completely different room, I hear someone yell, I heard that! Probably would have been fast friends if it weren't for the fact that at that moment you hear, eeeeee. And they're like, good God, he's flatlining, we're gonna have to shock him. God damn it, this thing is always fucking with me. The fucking bolt fell out again, guys. We're gonna lose him. He's done for. Thank you so much. I'm eating Nault, everyone.
Eating Nault, everybody. There we go. Ooh. Internet audience, I love you. Internet audience, just wanted to remind you one more time to make sure to check out the Wild Hearts Rescue Rants Facebook page. You could see a big donate button right there. Also, you can call 520-661-4522. That's one more time, 520-661-4522. You guys are going to keep the show rolling along. I'm going to bring up your next comedian who's going to host the second half of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise right now for Meredith Armstrong.
I was like, I'm gonna come up here, I'm gonna get it out of the thing so seamlessly. I'm gonna show these people. There's a leverage problem. It's there. Seamless. I'm a professional. I don't know if you know this. I recently found out that there's this thing called an abortion shot that you can administer to yourself. It costs $8. It's the perfect mixture of tequila, formaldehyde, and Jägermeister. You give yourself the abortion shot, toss that back, jump off of something at least 4 feet high, and it shakes that fetus right loose. And boy, do I wish I had known that 6 months ago, because it would have saved me $492. I'm just kidding. Everybody calm down, relax, take a breath. Insurance covered my abortion. Cost me nothing. After that situation, I got an IUD. I love my IUD, and I love talking to women about birth control options. Everybody has like their different thing, and so I was talking to this girl about my IUD one time. I was like, yeah, it's so cool. It's actually a tiny laser that they implant into your cervix, and anytime semen enters your vaginal canal, it goes pew, 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 and it just gets rid of the lasers the semen out. Actually, your vagina gets kind of hot while this is happening, and she was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And I was like, you know, the most amazing part of it is I just made that shit up. Why would you believe that? Pew, 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 like my little Battlestar Galactica buddy down there. That would be nice, though. As long as it doesn't get too hot. Like, a little warmth is great. I tried those fire and ice condoms. Way too much fire, and then way too much ice. There's no middle ground with that shit. But, so I got the IUD. Love it, but I stopped having periods. And I was never that person who would like get super offended if someone would ask me if I'm on my period, like, hey, whoa, like, are you on your period this week? Never bothered me, because what that says to me is, hey, Meredith, you're not usually a bitch. But for some reason, something is happening this week, and you are acting like an enormous cunt. But now I have no periods. I'm just a bitch for no reason. No one knows why. It's fantastic. I know this will shock none of you that I work in the medical field. I am an emergency room nurse. I save lives. I know that's super comforting. Yes, I am the person that you see after you're like, hey, hold my beer, watch this. And then you wake up to this face. My favorite patients are the ones that come in with stuff in their butt. So I had an old guy who came in the other day, he called 911, and he came in face down on the ambulance stretcher, so we knew. And it turns out Grandpa was at home getting intimate with a cucumber, and that vegetable got sucked on up in there. And we couldn't get it out. So we called the surgeon. The surgeon's in there with the tongs trying to pull this cucumber out. And it kept breaking off into smaller and smaller pieces. Couldn't just pull the whole thing out. So he comes out of the room. I'm like, Dr. Smith, how much of that cucumber could you remove? And he looks right at me and he says, enough to toss a salad. And that is why Grandma always taught me, you never put anything in your butt that doesn't have a handle. R.I.P. Grandma. I'm just kidding, my grandma's alive. But she is a slut. And y'all think I'm a hoe. Grandma gets more dick than me. Which is super embarrassing, actually. And like, it's fun to go out to the bar and take shots with Grandma, but it's actually really hurts my feelings when people are more interested in her P.O. box than my phone number. That one stings. I'm on Tinder. Love Tinder. I love Tinder. And I play this game on Tinder that I call Fucking with Fuck Boys. And that's when you take the thirstiest, most desperatest one, and you send them a message, and you try to make the message so preposterous that they stop responding. And it is so hard to win. So I matched this dude the other day, and I sent him a message. I said, hey, baby boy, send me a picture of her ball sack dipped in mashed potatoes. And he responds, I'm out of mashed potatoes. Which is not even a no. So I'm like, okay, got him. Okay, no big deal, homie. Send me a picture of your ball sack dipped in whatever you got at the house. So I give him my Snapchat. He sends me back a picture of his nuts just nestled into a bowl of steel-cut Quaker oats. Uncooked. This ball sack is like a leopard in the reeds, just hiding in the oatmeal. And with 1 second left on the Snapchat, I screenshotted it. And he got really mad. He messaged me again. He was like, I can't believe you screenshotted my picture. What are you thinking? So I had to block him for sending me inappropriate photos. My family, I'm from North Carolina. My family is pretty white trash. Thank you. Pretty white trash. My mom rides a motorcycle, and she got in a really bad accident last year. And she called me from the asphalt, super upsetting. And she's like, Meredith, I've been in a wreck. I done hit a deer on my bike. I have done hit a deer on my bike. And then, wouldn't you know it, your stepdad hit me on his bike. I'm like, oh my God, Mom, what? Are you okay? And she's like, oh, I'm fine. I need you to get down here, though, fast as you can and come get this deer, because we're having venison for dinner, baby. Thank you. My name's Meredith Armstrong. Donate to Wild Hearts. Thank you so much for having us. Your next comic coming up here, it is a precious baby boy coming all the way from Phoenix, Tristan Bowling.
Oh, Creative Tucson, how we doing? Oh, this is a fucking bitch. Fuck horses. Has anyone took that stand tonight? Fuck them. Who needs them? They're worse cars. Eating apples and shit like bitches. Fuck them. If anyone at home watching has trouble with that, Tristan is a comedian on Instagram. Talk to me, we'll fight after the show. I guarantee it. Man, my name is Tristan. I'm very excited to be here. Fun fact about me, and my family, my sister came out of the closet recently, which is, it's awesome. I'm really proud of her, but it got me thinking, you know, like, what do I identify as sexually? Like, what's in my soup? You know what I mean? And like, I think I got it. I think I most sexually identify as a virgin. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Come on, we know what I mean. Does it look like I've ever touched a boob? No, exactly. We're all on the same page. I just turned 20 years old, and people all the time are just like, oh my God, Tristan, 20 years old. No. This is not the body I wanted at 20. This is not what I was hoping I would have like goals, you know? Like a good template, something to work off of. Like I have a girlfriend, but when I talk to people and bring it up in conversation, it takes convincing. You know what I mean? Do you know how embarrassing it is to just be like, oh, here's a photo of me and my lady cuddling, holding today's newspaper and birth certificate. Like, it's not great at all. It's not. A lot of my friends started joining the army recently, and they're just like, Tristan, why don't you come and serve? If you think I'm Army strong, you're Army wrong. 100% of the time. I have the bone density of Fabergé eggs. Are you kidding me? You want me to fight? In a war? I skateboarded once when I was 12 and it ruined me. Do you not? My knees are shrapnel. It's no good. Every day getting out of bed, I sound like a well-received poem in a coffee shop. Just snaps. Just snaps. All over my body. Just snaps. Like a solo album from a Rice Krispie brother. Not Pop or Crackle, just snaps. You know what I mean? It's an issue. I am very easily damaged. I live in a rough and tussle part of Phoenix. I live near Buckeye, Arizona. Anybody here ever been to Buckeye, Arizona? It's It's a piece of shit. It's no good. It's really not good. A lot of people ask me if there's something between Phoenix and Blythe. I say no. There is nothing. It is me on the side of the road and I am crying. That is it. Like, for people who've never been to Buckeye, like, the best way to describe it is like we have packs of dogs. But they're not desert dogs, you know? They're not, you just see like a schnauzer with a teardrop tattoo. Like, just walking by this. But I used to deliver pizzas out there for Papa John's, which is just exactly what I look like I do. The shoe fits well. But if there's one thing that meth heads just love more than meth, crushed red peppers. They love condiments. It's crazy. I do not get it. Every house I go to has like this seedy dude on the front porch just in there like... You got them peppers, boy? And I'm just sitting there all doughy and shitty like... You can just kill me. It'll be easy, you know? It's an issue, you know? It's an issue. Like, I was talking to my mom about how I'm just about to die always. And, like, I go to a lot of seedy places doing stand-up. And, like, I need a way to defend myself. Because, like, when threatened with any sort of confrontation, I feel like I'll just squid ink all of my earthly possessions at someone. Just like, run away, all slimy. And into the night, just nothing on me. It's a great defense mechanism. But I was telling my mom this, and I'm like, I really want to get something to help me out. And she's like, don't worry, bro. Don't worry, bro. I got you. I got you. I don't know why my mom's a DMX. And she's just like, I got you, bro. And she leaves my house. Room. Cashing it. She leaves my room and comes back and just tosses me a Swiss Army knife. Like it's a fucking game changer. You know what I mean? There ain't shit you can do with a Swiss Army knife. There ain't shit. Can we just run down a robbery where like a Swiss Army knife is your only line of defense? Like you're sitting there like, oh, you're gonna rob me? You're gonna rob me. Bad day for you, motherfucker. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it, you son of a bitch. Once I whip this thing out, you're gonna get it. It's the other side of the knife. It's the other side. It's not great. It's not great at all. But I don't know, man. Through living in Buckeye, I'm friends with a lot of drug dealers on Facebook. Not in real life. That's scary. But like my buddy, he just changed his profile photo, and it's just of him being like, "Yo, what up, bro? I'm out here making money." But in his hand, he just has 10 folded out $1 bills. There's nothing cool about the dollar menu. You know what I mean? There's nothing gangster about being like, yo, bro, we can go to Chipotle, but we can't get drinks. Like, that's not fun. It's not cool at all. And I wanted to call him out, but a guy who has the confidence to brag about $10 is just more than willing to kill you for free. You know what I mean? That's some next level confidence I'm not willing to fuck with. It's not great. It's not great. A lot of my friends are getting hurt by drugs. You know what I mean? Like it just pills, you know. And like people ask me like, "Oh, are you into like the pill thing?" I'm like, "Nah." Like Tylenol PM is the game I'm playing. Like I'm not a heavy pill guy. But like I was trying to think of it like what could I do to help solve the problem? And I think I got it. I think the best way is just to make every pill a suppository. You know what I mean? Everyone. Not vitamins. Maybe not vitamins. You know, you would hate to walk in on Grandma Keystering and omega-3. That's no good. That's no good. She's just trying to get her daily. It's no good. It would change parties, though, definitely. It would definitely change the attitude and atmosphere in parties. Like, could you imagine, like, some dude walking into, like, a college frat house being like, yo, what up, bro? I brought the Xannies. Can you tell I've never been to a party before? Can you tell? Can you tell? I have the vocabulary of like a 90s surfer mixed with a really bad undercover cop. Like, oh, you guys smoking that devil's lettuce? Like, let me hit that harsh herb. Like, but a guy walks in like, yo, what up, bro? I brought the Xannies. And he's like, oh, yo, what's up, dude? Sick, man, sick. Well, come on, man, let me have one. He's like, all right, bro, all right. Bend over. He's like, this is usually how I pay for it, but all right. Not feeling good on the anal sex jokes tonight? We're not feeling good on the anal sex jokes tonight? I feel like it's not good at all. I'm not a big fan of anal. I'm with you 100%. It's not something I want to do. You know what I mean? Like the best, I've done it, but like the best way to describe it is just like, do you know when a baby like shakes your finger and just like somehow it just wraps its whole hand around it, just all of his fucking strength. It's like you didn't even know a baby could have this much strength, but somehow he's harnessing it into this one grip. It's like that, but around your penis and hopefully not a baby. You know what I mean? It's a lot of fun. It's gross. That's where poop lives. Come on. God damn it, it's its factory. That's the only thing that's leaving it. Fuck me. That's the stupidest shit you'll hear on that, I promise you. But I don't like Hollywood. Hollywood's been fucking with me. It takes 2 years to get a new season of Game of Thrones out, but there is 12 Air Bud movies? What the fuck? What are we doing? How many sports can a dog play? How many sports can it? Do you think there's some dude in an ivory tower just sitting up there in Hollywood, just like doing cocaine off a golden dog bone, like, luge, like, fuck it, we're gods, bro. We're playing by ear at Air Bud 4, man. They don't got thumbs, like, it's not great. I want to make my own movie, though. I really do. I really want to remake my own. I really want to put a classic spin on something. On Roland Dahl's BFG, Big Friendly Giant, but instead I want to change it to Big Fucking Guy. You know what I mean? Whole thing takes place on a construction site. Hard cut to some dude just chain smoking, like, yeah, Tony? Big Fucking Guy. 6'7", can't get through doorways. Like, that's the entire thing. Just like hard cuts to some dude just be like, taxi, I can't get in it. Like, he's like, I have knee problems. Like, it's a harsh reality. I was in Hollywood recently. I was over in Beverly Hills, and the one person gave me change back in dollar coins, and I was talking to them. I was talking to someone later, and they were just like, oh, dollar coins. Oh, what a nuisance. Fuck you. Doubloons? Are we talking doubloons right now? Take all paychecks I will get, cut it in half, and put it in a treasure chest full of dollar coins. I will take it any day of the week. You know what I mean? I've been wanting to be a pirate since I was a little kid. I'm not gay, but I'd let Jack Sparrow do me. You know what I mean? Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Respectively, 1576 whenever pirates are around. He's got 17 wristbands on, thinking that's in character. I don't know. That's what my character would do. No, Johnny. One of them is like a Rolex. Come on. Is that cologne? Fuck you. Go back to your horse ranch. Tying it back. Cha-ching! I'm a comedian. This is why I drove an hour. Fuck yeah. I feel like Red Robin gives you way too much power as soon as you walk in the door. Anyone else? Anyone else? Endless steak fries and root beer floats. Why blur the lines between God and man so much? You know what I mean? You go power hungry. You can't do that. Just walk in, just changing people's schedules. Like, what if this root beer float gets below half mast? I'm taking your car keys. Like, it's no good. It's not good at all. Heaven forbid they tell you, or heaven forbid you let them know it's your birthday at Red Robin. It goes fucking down. Halfway through your meal, they take you outside. They burn the entire restaurant to the ground. It's gone. Your waitress goes over, picks a single crystal out of the ashes, and walks over to you. Congratulations. You are now the Red Robin. Happy 12th birthday, Trent. Like that. That's what happens. You wake up in a cornfield smelling like a tasty meal, you know? Should have ended it at the joke. Fuck. Guys, you're watching Comedy in Progress. Oh. Man. Do you think if you just yelled, "This is for everyone's sins," before you died, it would work? Is it like falling off a ladder at Lowe's? Is it like 0 days since last salvation? Is that how it goes? Imagine having to be like, like Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, and Tony from Brooklyn. Like he gets his own, like Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, go Mets! Like. Imagine Jesus up there in heaven just being like, finally, someone fucking did it. Yeah, anyone can do it. I just co-wrote the book. Yeah, water to wine's level 4. You gotta grind, get experience. Level 2's walking on water. The resurrection thing's level 10. Fucking noobs, man. Yeah. But I have my grandma lives with me at home, which is a lot of fun. She's just deaf enough to be the rudest woman I've ever met. I was following her out the front door recently to go move my car, and she just super casually, by the way, just slams the door just right in my fucking face, you know, practically breaks my beak. And of course, like, I couldn't say anything. I couldn't, like, call her out on it because I know she didn't mean to. But, like, all of me wishes she was on the other side of the door, like, yeah, bitch, I did that shit. Say something. Say something, little bitch. Say something, huh? I know my lasagna tastes like dick, but you still eat that shit. Say something, huh? Huh? Damn right, Tim Burton looking twink. Like. Self-burn. Yeah. No, but no, it's a lot of fun. She's just super casual about dying. Super cash, right? Super cash. We're not family. We don't have feelings about it. We're not sour at all. Like, she was like the other day, like, call up to me. She's like, Tristan, I'm going in the pool. So if you hear anybody dying in the pool, it's me. Grandma, if I hear anyone dying anywhere, it's you. Let me be real honest. She's great, though. She's great. She's 84, just turned 84. And we got her an ancestry kit for her birthday. Turns out she's 10% Irish, 20% Scottish, and 70% Chardonnay. And all right, guys, that's been my time. Thank you so much, everybody. Feed horses or whatever we're doing here.
Thank you, Tristan. Doesn't even try to put it back in the thing. I appreciate that. Let me remind you again, we are here to fuck the horses. Thank you, Tristan, for making that clear. If you want to donate, on the Wild Hearts Rescue Ranch Facebook page, there is a huge blue donate button. You're all on Facebook. You know the color that I'm talking about. If you want to call in, the phone number is 520-661-4522. Once again, big blue donate button online. If you want to get your phone out and call, 520-661-4522. Right there. There it is. Yeah! And let me just say for Tristan, don't you just want to break his glasses? Don't you just think his glasses look like butter with some tape on the middle? That's just me, maybe. All right, your next comic coming up. He's hilarious. He's smarter than all of us. Eli WT!
Thank you. Thank you for handing me the mic instead of making me wrestle it out of the machine here. The robot uprising has happened. I love this background. We've got all the famous Tucson landmarks. We got the saguaro cacti, the currently erupting volcano for some reason. You guys been to the Tucson pyramids? You guys been? It's great. I want to correct a few things from earlier in the show. First of all, National Horse Day is December 13th. Rich. Was that you? No. Is someone else's joke? Awesome. This is a great start. Killing it. Killing it. I like how we have the stage set up here too. I can just wander off, and there are no camera people that like follow me. I could just derail this whole show if I want. I don't have notes on my hand. It just says Rory's funnier than you. So there's a callback for the 2 viewers that have watched the whole thing. They're sticking it out here. He's not listening. Whatever. Okay. So a little about me. I'm a married man. I've been happily married for 10 years. Yeah, all right. 10 years, happily married. My wife has not been happy. It's not great for her. We played a game of Truth or Dare with some friends recently. Never a great game to play with a significant other. My wife chose truth. My friend goes, "What's the nastiest thing you've ever done in bed?" My wife looked over at me and was like, "Him." Definitely him. It stings. It stings, for sure. I have some problems with her. She says porn is the same thing as cheating. She says porn is the exact same thing as cheating, which I don't think is fair because then I don't get credit for all the extra money I brought to the household making those videos, first of all, right, with her sister, you know? So, chill out, guys. It's a joke. This is comedy. Her sister's dead. It's all fine. So, don't worry. She also acts like everything around the house is like some huge international incident. Like she really expects to turn on NPR one day and hear like, "It's 3 o'clock GMT. This is Nigel Watson with BBC News. At a home in the American state of Arizona, tensions are rising as the dishes have gone unwashed for a 3rd straight day." According to one source close to the matter, this is the 2nd time this has happened this month and is, quote, "fucking disgusting, Eli." There is growing concern a separatist movement may be spending the night in the spare room. In other news, the great blowjob famine continues into its 10th straight year. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I like that one too. I don't like the truth behind it, but I like the humor. Anyway, speaking of being dead inside, I was almost late on the way here. I saw a car accident, a horrible car accident. I heard on the news a couple minutes later that like 2 people died. And I was like, wow, if I had just left like just 5 minutes earlier, that could have been me stuck in traffic behind that accident. Right? How sad would that be? No? All right. So since we're talking about animals, this is about horses or whatever. Horses are scary. Anyway. That wasn't a joke. I really am. Okay, anyway, you don't need to know this. You don't need to know these things. I'm just saying I'm extra charitable for being here because, like, could you imagine, this is basically like if you guys were raising money for, like, spiders and the dark. You're like, hey, we need to save money for heights. Like, we need to save the heights. I'm going to make everything really tall. That's what this is like for me. So I got one of those DNA tests for my dog. It said she's 25% American Eskimo, 25% Pekingese, 50% Husky, and it also said that I wasted 100% of my money on a DNA test for my dog. Yeah. Speaking of racism, kinda. That's racism, right? We're racist with animals. We're so racist. We're like, how purebred is your dog? And I'm like, calm down, dog Hitler. It's clearly my dog's white, so it's fine. Don't worry. She comes from Mexico, so. Okay, now I'm just rambling about my dog. I need to stick to the material, Eli, because you have some, I think. All right. Anyway, so I'm not racist. I'm not racist. But I did realize that I have some severely racist tendencies. The other day I was eating candy, and I've done this since I was a kid. I realized I separate my candy by color, and then I eat it in order of least favorite to most favorite.
And I was eating the candy the other day, and I heard that old poem in my head where it's like, first they came for the socialists, and da-da-da-da, you know? And I was hearing like, first they came for the yellow ones because they were too taut. Then they came for the orange ones because they were also taut, but not like too taut, you know, just like a little taut. And since there was no one left to protect the delicious sour apple melon and watermelon. Then I got down to the bottom of the bag and I found like one yellow straggler, and I was like, it's the ones that got away. This is the Anfang Sauer. Guys, it's historically accurate because I got it in the end. Okay, all right. Okay, that's about my time. I'm Eli WT. Thanks, guys, so much.
Eli, you bastard, you put it back in. Another thing his wife said during Truth or Dare. Thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to remind you of the phone number one more time, 520-661-4522. Also, on the Wild Hearts Rescue Ranch Facebook page, there's a huge blue donate Facebook button. We're here for the horses, okay? That's why we're here. We're here for the ponies, okay? Thank you so much for being here. Your final comedian of the night, he has come all the way from Los Angeles. He's hilarious. I don't know if there's more fleas in his beard or his hair. Levi Manis!
I look like that kid from Home Alone. If his parents just never came back. I'm homeless and alone. I live my life the same way I was born. By accident. And behind Arby's. I nailed a sponge on my wall, over my bed. It's a wet dream catcher. I've been having a hard time hanging out with friends lately. And getting this microphone out of the stand. Because they're all getting sober. I texted someone today saying, hey, do you want to get a beer later? And they're like, no, man, I don't drink anymore. So I'm like, oh, do you want to watch me drink a beer later? I just moved down to LA because the suicide rate in Seattle is high enough. And since I've been down there, my friends have been asking me, hey, how's LA treating you? And I go, it's fine, I guess. I started living in my car. And they're like, whoa, you were living in your car before? Black Panther is the best movie I've ever seen. And I haven't even seen it yet. But I'm assuming the villain's a cop. Who oohed? Get the fuck out of here. It's the reality we live in. Oh my God, you guys. I am so sorry. I have no idea where the fuck my band is. You were gonna get some sweet Slipknot covers. We're called Slip, Not Quite. I think there's more people laughing at home than in here. This was my first time on TV. I always thought my first time on TV would be on Cops. Or Judge Judy. Or Rock of Love. Or To Catch a Predator. Thank you for the punchline, front row. A lot of my friends listen to EDM. Gets funnier. But I listen to EDMB. Electronic Dave Matthews Band. Fucking sucks. The dad jokes that I like the most are the ones that don't beat me. Could you hold this, please? So, nuns are weird. That's the longest joke I got. It's right there. I recently made a voodoo doll of myself. And then I sucked its dick. It was the smartest thing I've ever done. I went to Walmart and I asked where they keep their suicide supplies. And then they handed me an application. I wish I had the ability to ejaculate. Fabric softener. My socks would be so soft. Two birds, one load. I want to buy a parrot. And I'm going to teach it to say, I'm only going to say this once. It's a thinker. Excuses are like assholes. They're delicious. I grew up in a town of 15 people. It's true. And to put that into perspective, my family of 5 made up a third of the population. I had no choice but to learn social cues from alcoholics and farm animals. And when you live in a town that's small, there are no secrets because everyone knows everything about each other. So when I was a kid and I found my dad's hustler, the whole town knew because I told everyone. Growing up in a town that's small, I don't have a dating history. I never had a girlfriend before because I kept turning down my cousin's advances. So here's an impression of me flirting with somebody. Hi, my name is Levi. What's your name?
Abigail.
Okay. And then I'll just add you on Facebook that night. That's how it works. The best part about diarrhea is the cardio. I look like I jumped out of a Jumanji box. And just straight into a heroin den. The other day, this stranger just walks up to me and he goes, "Hey, you look a lot like Jesus." And I said, "Why?" "I don't have that many piercings." My mom fucking hates that joke. You know what? I want to try something weird with you guys. I feel like I should open with that. But I need your help for this. Yo. Somebody once told me the way. I can promise you, no one likes that joke more than I do. Ugh. My family and I, we were on an unaired episode of Family Feud. The host asked my dad what he did for a living. So he took off his belt and started beating me. Call back to child abuse. Who does that? I named my penis Mom. Oh. Because it's always embarrassing me in front of my friends. This guy gets it. Most people see black and white pictures, but I see interracial photos. That's a PC joke for the sensitive. I invented a new sex position for lesbians. It's called the safety scissor. And it's just like a regular scissor, except for I watch to make sure it's safe. I just sit in the corner, wearing an orange vest and a hard hat, holding a clipboard, and my dick. Did you know that when your name is Richard, every selfie is a dick pic? You're too smart for that joke, aren't you? I get it. I'm gonna go against my better judgment and do a couple more. I hang a sock on my doorknob to let my roommates know I'm fucking the other sock. Before I go, I just want to share something personal with you guys. I've been making this weird noise when I come, and I have it recorded on my phone. I just opened Pokemon Go out of reflex. All right, on that note, I'm gonna make like a baby and go ruin someone's life. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, this mic smells like tecate and sadness now. Oh my. All right, I've been Meredith Armstrong. The show is put on by Eden Nault. We have Jessica Gray here from Wild Hearts. Please go out and fuck the horses. We love the horses. Follow your dreams. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully we'll see you at our next show. Thank you so much.